Okay, I'm going to attempt to put a top on this 95 Mazda Miata. I'm going to start by taking the seats out so that I have some room to work. There are two 14mm bolts in the front of each seat and also two in the back. Take those out and the seats lift out. Probably a good time to vacuum too. All right, now I'm going to take this trim off, this cap piece, and these off so that I can get to these bolts which hold the top frame. Okay, now we've gotten everything out to where those three bolts are the only thing that's going to be holding the convertible frame in. But first we need to peel back all the carpet under here and unbolt it from the rear. We're going to remove all these damn clips all the way around and take all these bolts out. All right, we have all the nuts off of those. We're gonna take the ones on the side off. There, and there's three holes over there.
This way.
The rivets may require some fighting.
Woo, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
There's also a bunch of screws in the leading edge of the top. This would be the place that mounts to the windshield. You're gonna wanna take those out.
Okay.
These plastic connectors, plastic little pop-in clips at the very leading edge at the top that holds this trim piece on. I don't know what the hell they're made of, but I want whoever invented them to die in a fire. On boobies, yes.
Scrape this to the side and cut it off with this wire on this side now.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Definitely not getting your boobs.
Actually, not drilling out these rivets.
Yeah.
And I'm actually taking this tension wire off of this spring
Okay.
down here.
Yeah, disconnect that
just
in and we'll just loop it through and reconnect it.
Yep.
And there's our frame. And there's our old garbage top. And that was a pain in the ass. Like, it's not anything that's super difficult. It's just like, fight with this piece of fabric or fight with this little clip and move on to the next one. So here's my current problem. This is the spring, the tension spring. And here's the cable. And it needs to go through this. And the channel doesn't look like it's going to be big enough for the spring to fit through. But the spring is like captive. Like, I might can bend that, but I'm also kind of hesitant to bend that and then try to bend it back. So I feel like it might break off or wouldn't handle the stress of it. We'll see. Why are you so cute all the time?
Where are they?
What's that? The bolts? They're under your butt.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
I'm on top of them.
It looks like we've got everything actually fastened down finally. I'm gonna put the interior back together. It's like almost a car again, Daisy.
No. Okay. I'm just gonna.
Okay, we did manage to get the top on this car. Oh yeah, that's pretty good. It was kind of a pain in the ass. I did a pretty good job of documenting it for the first half, but once we started getting the new top onto the frame, I kind of started slacking because this is the first top I've ever done. So I was kind of, focused on actually trying to figure out how the hell it works. It pretty much goes together just like it came apart, obviously, but there's a few tricks to it. Do the tension cables first, and also when you're trying to put the top onto the B-pillar, fold it. Like, fold it up, pretty good to where it's at like, a pretty sharp angle, greater than 90 degrees, like almost folded together. And then that gives you enough slack to put it on the B-pillars and stuff. Definitely replace your rain rail. That will make it a lot easier. I reuse mine because there was no cracks in it, and this is a car I honestly just intend to sell, so I wasn't trying to spend any extra money. But if you're doing it for your personal car, I'd spend the $100 on a rain rail. The aftermarket ones are a lot softer and easier to work with. Once you put that on, it looks like all the metal railing that holds the rain rail and the roof on is not going to fit. But once you start tightening the bolts, well, the nuts on the studs, it pulls it up and back and makes it to where it is going to fit. But yeah, overall, not a terrible job, but I don't know that I could have done it myself. with one person, this would definitely be a terrible job. I'd also had the huge advantage of the person helping me has worked with fabric a lot. So she pretty much installed the top onto the frame and I just bolted it back in. And that's really the hard part, you know. So that helps a lot. But yeah, not too terrible of a job, but I wouldn't want to do it too terribly often either. All right, that's about it. Later. Oh, I almost forgot to mention, this actually does seem like a pretty solid top for $159. I mean, it has a vinyl window. Like, obviously, you're not going to get a glass window top. And it's, you know, I mean, honestly, it doesn't look much different than the factory top. Like, I don't know if, especially if you have an NA that came with a vinyl window anyway, and it's like your weekend car or just a toy or something, I would probably get this top versus that $600 or $700 Robbins or, you know, one of the other name brand ones. This really isn't a bad deal.